Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Across the Table, where the drinks are cold, the mics are hot, and the conversations are always fire. This one is going to be a sober edition for the man sitting across the table from me. I'm going to have myself a cold beer. It's a Sunday. Having myself a cold beer. First things first. For those of you who are watching this, do me a favor. Hit the like button for the algorithm, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel to show support, and share this because this needs to be shared. I appreciate all of you who have watched. I appreciate all of you who have commented, liked. I appreciate all of you. Now, sitting across the table from me is a man with about 15 jobs. This man is always working. Always working. Sitting across the table from me is my man, Kevin Scott. How are you, sir?
Doing well, man. I'm doing well. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. It's slow motion. Always slow motion.
Amen.
Now, I start all of these off the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask this one question. How are you? Like, how is Kevin Scott?
I'm cool. Cool, man. I have my internal issues. I think it'd be good for me to go see a therapist. I ain't crazy. I don't think I'm crazy, and I'm not saying everybody who need a therapist is crazy, but I have my internal issues.
Everybody needs to see it. Everybody needs a professional to sit down that don't know them, that they can talk to and just let some stuff off. So I'm actually glad you said that. I'm actually glad you said that. All right, let's talk music.
Yes, sir.
What made you get into sing? This man has pipes. Don't nobody, and he's been hiding it too. He's been hiding it. He's been keeping it low key. This man has pipes, but he don't want to show it.
No.
What made you get into singing?
Let me first shout out my Scott family, my Scott and Stewart family. My Uncle Randy. Uncle Randy, when I was younger, it's my dad's youngest brother. My dad has, I want to say it's like 15 or 16 of them, brothers and sisters. And if I'm not mistaken, their mother taught them how to play the organ when they were kids because she played the organ at our church. And it just passed, it passed down. The music gene passed down through all of us. So my Uncle Randy and my Aunt Nita, my dad's youngest brother and oldest sister, used to sit me down on instruments when I was younger. And I started off, dibbling and dabbling on the piano, got to playing the drums in church, and then eventually started singing.
So you just had a musical family.
Yep.
16 of y'all?
Yeah, but even my dad's mother, she had a sister that had, I want to say 10 kids, and that's where you remember Adonis and Mercury from the Underground.
UGE.
Yeah, those are my cousins. Their grandma, and my grandma were sisters. So
Small world.
Yep.
Because I remember I used to work with Mike at Witness Riches the 700 Club.
Yep.
And I remember when he stayed in the Hillcrest and he had his studio there.
Yep. Used to get it in there.
I remember that.
Yep. And you see the younger generation, man. I got cousins. They producing. My cousin Young Mo is shooting video. My cousin Young Mo, he does the videos. One of the hottest rappers. I wish he would rap more and produce more, but he does the videos, which he's really great at. In all honesty, I got cousins that produce, sing. My cousin Ronell Isom, he's putting out a video.
Ice.
Yeah, yep, that's my little cousin.
You need to get at me. We need to talk.
That's my. I don't want to call him little cousin because we grown now, but that's my younger cousin, man.
He just got married too, didn't he?
Yep. Just had a boy, little baby boy, man. Look just like him.
And he's a dad.
Yep.
Oh, you definitely got to come sit across the table from your boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely let him know, man. He's a dope dude, man. But yeah, he's putting out a video. He's been writing but we've all been like that. So it's just in us, man.
What do you think about the state of R&B and music today, because when we were coming up, we had, you know, Babyface, Blackstreet, Drew Hill, Jodeci, Jagged Edge was, oh my God. Those are my dudes. Those are my dudes. You couldn't tell me nothing.
I felt them. They was cool. They had a lot of hits though, but I was more of a 112.
Bro, Cupid will always go down as one of my favorite records of all time.
For sure, man.
But what do you think about how it is now?
I say this, man. R&B is, I think, is in a safe place right now. You have artists that's under the radar. Alex Malone. Alex Malone turns me on to some of everything, which is crazy because Alex Malone came up. He was a hooper, you know, playing that Woodward.
The man with the Naruto headband and the white Intercontinental Championship belt.
Yes.
I see you.
Yes. So Alex, he hooped when he was coming. I didn't know he was in the music like he was. He turns me on to so much like under the radar R&B. So it's a lot of good music out there. But my thing is you have to find it. It's kind of like you have to go search for it, because mainstream R&B, even though they put out good songs and this and that, man, it's a lot of auto-tune. There's a lot of, it's not, for me, it's just not pure. It don't feel pure. You know what I'm saying? I actually was able to be mentored by Troy Taylor for 2 years. Troy Taylor is one of the biggest producers in the R&B world, the guy that's behind Trey Songz. And I remember one time, and this is kind of sidetracking, but I remember one time I was on the phone with Troy Taylor. He is sitting next to Ronald Isley working on his album. So I was able to work with somebody in the music industry that's really big in the R&B world. But man, it's to me, it's just mainstream is lacking. It's missing something for me. When you got Chris Brown, and I love Chris Brown, but when you got Chris Brown as the staple of R&B now, I love Chris Brown music. But when I listen to his music, it's like a lot of like pop. I'm like, how is this R&B? How are y'all comparing him to Usher? like it's just not R&B, not to me.
You're right, but I gotta give Chris Brown his respect only because they were steadily comparing him to Michael Jackson, and he shut that whole conversation down and was like, Mike is the GOAT.
I agree.
Just stop it.
I agree.
So I gotta give him his props for that.
I think Chris Brown is great. I think he's great. He makes a lot of music. And another thing about Chris Brown that people don't talk about, one of his writers is from Toledo. One of Life Jennings' nephews is one of his writers, a dude named Prince Christian. He grew up in Minnesota, but he's from Toledo. He writes a lot of Chris Brown's. He writes a lot of Chris Brown's material.
You learn something new every day.
I'll be on it, man. When it comes to R&B, I'll be on it, man.
What happened with UGE? Why did y'all split? Because from the way that it was being promoted, from the shows y'all used to do. Oh, and T Diamond, you need to call me, you little bastard.
T Diamond is hot. That's my boy, man.
Yeah, that's
bro.
We used to work out all the time at Super Fitness. That man went from, he calls himself cocky fat.
He always, man, he is a genius, man. He always comes with just different stuff, man. That's my dude, man.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man 50 grand. That's my man 50 grand. But the way that Merk was showing y'all off and how y'all all used to just be just together doing stuff, what happened?
Well, I can say this. I think that's a better story for Mercury and Adonis to tell. But from my point of view, and the things that I had going on, I know for me, I felt that I just wasn't good enough. I felt that, and I've told them this, I felt that they should focus on artists that like T Diamond. When T Diamond and BMG and them started coming around, they were ready. So I just thought that the focus, even though the label formed around me, I was the first person signed to the label, first singer on the label. I felt that there were people that was better, and I don't mind taking a step back so we can all get to where we're trying to go. that was the whole thing. I mean, then I started dibbling and dabbling and writing and producing. So for me, it's just I was just trying to do other things. So I can't speak for the label as a whole. I think Mike and sorry, with Mercury and Adonis, I think they could tell you the story a lot better than I can.
I respect that. I respect that.
We was hot though. We definitely was hot. I gotta say that. We was hot. We had some of the best artists in the city.
I have y'all collaboration CD with you and T Diamond and Leah and AD and all of them on it. I have it somewhere in here. And yes, yes, you were.
I didn't even like that, man. But we was good. We were good.
I gotta. I've been in the scene. I used to host. I used to host with one time.
Yep.
I used to host with Lou. I've been in studios. I've seen artists, so I know good music when I hear it. That's why I asked you about the state of R&B now, because the state of R&B now is different than the state of R&B back when we were coming up.
Agree.
And the old heads said the same thing about the music when we were coming up. Like, it was different. There's always a transition. So sometimes you have to go with the times. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
I get it. I understand. When are you hitting the studio again?
For years, I've been wanting to put out like a EP, and I even started one with my little brother Shannon Dig, if y'all know him.
That's another one.
I'm name dropping.
Jesus.
I started a project with Shane Dig.
Shannon was the one that gave me the idea to start this.
Bro?
Shannon is actually supposed to be sitting in that seat.
Come on, Shannon, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, Shannon. Come talk, man.
He took me to the spot that they have here with Jesse Coleman and Vic Coleman and all of them.
Yep.
He took me there. We sat down. I looked at the studio and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then he started his project. And then ever since then, he's been doing all types of other stuff. So I guess the timing isn't right.
Yeah, he's a busy person. Real busy, man. Fatherhood, music. He writes for everybody. Producing, recording. He's a busy guy.
Your favorite writer's favorite writer.
Yeah, exactly. But he need to make time to come and sit and talk to you.
You heard it.
I'm gonna talk to him, man.
Jesus Christ. Now let's segue for a minute, because you brought up fatherhood.
Yep.
And you're a dad.
Yes.
Boys and girls?
Yep. I got a son. Biological son, he's 10. My biological daughter is 4. And my son has 2 older sisters. Anna, she's 18, on her way to college. Shout out LSU. Shout out Anna Morgan. And Olivia Morgan. She just turned 16 a couple of days ago. Those are my stepdaughters. Been in their life since forever. I'm still, even though me and they mind together, I'm still there. As much as they want me and need me. You know?
That's the main reason why I wanted you to come on the show.
Yep.
Because my platform is about Black fatherhood and Black husbands. Because there's this stigma going around that y'all don't take care of y'all kids. And there's this stigma going around that y'all don't marry Black women. So I have to ask you, what is it like being a father? Like, first, I'll start there. What's it like being a father? Because I want to be one. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a dad, and I want to be a father within the covenant of a marriage. I don't want to have kids out of wedlock. I want to break the cycle that my family's been having for the past generation or so.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of people in my family that actually did it right.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And I want to follow that path.
I agree. I can.
So, what's it like being a father, bro?
Being a father is great. It is. I think the best thing that ever happened to me was becoming a father. When my son was born, my son came out 9 pounds, 10 ounces. Big Filipino black baby. Humongous. And that dude, and he sticks by my side, man. That is my God. That is literally, I would say, my best friend. People say you can't be friends with your kids. My son know his place. But that is my best friend. We text all the time. He's just like me. He's a small. He's a good mixture of his mom and myself. And then I got my daughter. My daughter is she runs the house. Well, she thinks she runs the house. She's in charge. But it's the best thing that happened to me. Fatherhood is great. It's hard. Hard. It's tough, especially because I had 2 kids out of wedlock with different women. But they make it easy. My kids' moms make it
I was just about to ask you that.
easy. I give them all the credit in the world. All the credit. I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. Either one of them.
You
They
don't.
cool. They talk all the time. My daughter be with my son in my house all the time.
You don't hear a lot of that.
Because people don't put the kids first. We put our kids are first. That's why I'm still in my stepdaughter's line. When I made a commitment to their mom, to them to be with, and I was don't get me wrong, I apologize to her. She knows how I feel. But I was a shitty boyfriend. But when it came to my kids, can't tell me nothing. I made a commitment to them, and I'm gonna stick to that commitment until they don't want me no more. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
What all goes into facilitating the role of father? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what exactly is it?
First of all, it starts with love. That might sound corny and it might sound cliche, but it starts with love, man. You gotta love them kids to even start being a father, to be in my opinion, a proper father. Gotta love them kids, and it's the everyday things of being there when they need you and when they don't need you. It's giving advice when they don't want it. My son is very independent, and I could be talking to him. He be looking at me like I'm crazy, but it's man. You as a father, you hear them say it about mothers. Fathers are everything, just like the mother. Both of them are equally important, but we are everything. We doctors, we nurses, we're the counselors, we the cooks. I'm a terrible cook, but I'm their chef. Whatever they want me to cook, I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying my hardest. But you are literally everything for your kids because you are the first. That's why let me go back to the friend thing. That's why I never understood why people say, well, you can't be friends with kids. If you want your kids to have solid friendships and know who to trust and who not to, why not start with yourself? I never got that has always been my outlook on it. And I've never knocked anybody on how they parent their kids. But why not start with yourself? Your kids gonna start with you for everything. You are the beginning. You are who they wake up to. You have to show them everything. Friendships, love. You gotta show them all that stuff. So it's everything. Being a father is everything.
How do you balance work? Because you are employed everywhere.
Everywhere. I gotta get that bag, bro. People be seeing me at the mall. They be seeing me doing security at the Apple store in the mall. And I had the same outfit. They be looking like, man, this broke. I be like, man, y'all don't understand, man. They paying me a lot to sit up in this store. But I get to that money, man.
How do you balance work, fatherhood, and then time to yourself? Because I know sometimes you have to need that solo decompression, leave me alone so I can figure this something out so that way I can come back and be the type of man that I'm supposed to be kind of time. Yeah. How do you balance?
Well, with the help of their moms, of course. So I work with CTF for the county, third shift, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. And then during the day at the Apple store at the mall. Yeah, I work at the Apple store. Come and see me, come and say what's up. But no, so there I work usually 4 days a week. And on my days that I have my kids, there's no work. I don't even think about work. I take those 2 nights off, and then I won't go back to work till that night. So free time is hard to come by. But every once in a while, like my schedule changed. My schedule changed this week. Actually, today, Sunday nights off, Monday nights off. I asked their moms, can I just get them Monday so I can just have a night to just wind down and relax. They cool with it. All I do, I ask. All right, and if they need me to keep them, they ask. Kids want to come over, they ask. It's never really a no with us because we work well together. So, but it's not often though. It's not often. If I got off time, I'm with my kids.
It seems to me like you have the golden situation.
I actually do. It could be better. Anything could be better, but it's good. Child support. I shouldn't be saying that, but I don't pay child support. I take care of my kids. Whatever they need. If they moms need anything. Let me say this, man. My daughter mom, she's going to see this. I'm going to send it to her. She does everything for my daughter. Clothes. I'll be like, man, can you let me buy some? last winter, he was like, well, you can buy the boots. I buy the coat. I'm like, all right, I pick out some boots for my daughter. I'm new to raising my own girl. I pick out the boots my daughter wants. My daughter mom like, these ain't snow boots. So she let my daughter keep the boots and she went and bought her some snow boots. She does literally, matter of fact, she just bought me, I make good money. She just bought food for my house and sent me some recipes for different meals for my kids, bro.
But that is so necessary.
Yeah, because I don't know. Look at man. Now my son, he's my boy. I do now. His mom is a great mom, so it ain't like. But I do a lot for my son. If she needs something, she knows to call and ask or tell me what she needs. So let me say this: I feel like child support should be for dads who just ain't there, who ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. And I think maybe they feel the same way. I can't speak for them, but I think they might feel the same way. So I see dudes at my jobs that pay child support. I be looking like, man, them checks, man. You need to stay a job, bro. God damn. Fuck that. Excuse my language. I don't know if we can cuss or not.
Man, we across the table talk.
Fuck that. Oh, I mean, fuck that.
I love hearing about things like this though, because every man that I've had on this platform that has kids has said the same thing. They're always there, and if their moms need something, they got them. If
you don't have some good dudes on your podcast,
and that's the majority of y'all. The majority of y'all like that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I started this platform. I want to kill the narrative because y'all are really out here taking care of y'all kids and working 2 and 3 jobs to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And that y'all need y'all flowers. I'm gonna just say it now. Y'all need y'all flowers. And I've never been the type of person to give somebody props for doing what they supposed to do. But the way that the mainstream media portrays y'all, it shows that y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do. But you are. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, I'm giving you your flowers here and I'm letting you talk.
Now, America is scared of black men. Period, point blank.
I need you to elaborate.
America is scared of black men. America is scared of us being great. They scared of showing us as we really are and for what we really are. Lonnie Hamilton, LJ. I remember, shout out to LJ, because shout out to Ducey Matthews. Shout out to all the dudes I like watching on Facebook. Keith Cook, Ducey Matthews. Ducey Matthews is dope, man. If you don't follow him, he's dope dude. But anyway.
I had Keith on. I had Keith Cook on here.
Man, look, man, let me tell you. Keith is I actually liked we not friends on Facebook anymore, and I don't know why. But Keith, the stuff that he talks about, because I go to his page every once in a while and see what I got. Anything I can scoop up from Keith, I'm looking, because dude is a wise dude, man.
I call him the Facebook antagonist.
He is a wise dude, and I look up to guys like that. But so I remember Lonnie is he's an advocate for black people. And I remember one time on Facebook, he'll pull out the numbers. I remember he was talking about how America look at black men and crime and all this, and by the numbers, only 3% of black men have been to jail, been to prison, or locked up. So that means 97% of us are doing what we at least supposed to be doing legally. So how y'all scared of us? How are you scared of us? We are by nature peaceful people. There's no reason you should be scared of us because the knuckleheads, because there's knuckleheads in the white community that, man, when I see them, I walk across the street. Y'all want to talk about Trayvon Martin? When I see and I'm not prejudiced, or I'm not racist or anything, and that's just being all the way real. It's some dudes that I be like, man, I feel sketchy about. So it's not just black men. You know what I'm saying? And they need to stop judging us based on the few knuckleheads that we have, because every community, race, and religion, everybody, they have knuckleheads. Every sexual agenda, everybody has knuckleheads in their group. Stop judging us based on the bad ones, man. Period, point blank.
And we're going to get back to fatherhood in a minute. What can we do to shift the narrative?
We doing it. I think we doing it. I think it's not our responsibility to change anybody's mind. In my opinion, we doing it. If they want to see it, they're gonna see it. Matter of fact, I think most people know it. They just don't want to. They don't want to acknowledge it, man. Like this, like what you doing. This is you. This is who you are as a person. You've always been dope at, speaking to people, hosting. This is what you do. I feel where you coming from, where you want to change the narrative, but the narrative have to be changed from them. You doing what you've always been good at and what you've been dope at. My opinion, you know what I'm saying? Just my opinion. Take a sip of this water. I don't drink alcohol, y'all. I need this water.
I appreciate that. I'm humbled. Now, you said that you had a couple. You had one that's headed to college, going to LSU. Mm-hmm. You have one
full ride, academic. She graduated from Rogers, second in her class. Got up there, told a speech and everything. I'm in a crowd, just happy, smiling. Mind you, they dad is a great father. I take nothing from him, so I want to give him credit for But these girls they are good. The younger one, she's top 5 in her class. Smart kids, man. Smart.
What do you and her father teach her about the social media world? Because that's literally where everything is going. And for some strange reason, social media is real life to some of these people. So how do you get them to distinguish the difference between what's happening on social media on their telephone and what's happening to them right in their face?
I can't lie. I've never had that discussion with the older girls, because the older one, she has a Facebook. I check on her Facebook every once in a while. I ain't friends with her, because I don't want to see the stuff he's talking about. I go to her page. She have a cuss word here and then. I'm like, she 18, she grown, but you my baby. I don't want to see that shit.
Right.
But my son likes to be on TikTok, and I remember my son was doing Xbox Live. He texts on Xbox, and please, y'all, check your kid. If your kid's got a phone, check their messages. Man, you got to be on top of that, because I wasn't. And I went and checked my son's messages on Xbox one day. Just my little cousin Terrence, he was texting him while I was playing. playing the Xbox. So I'm going through my son. Man, my son was talking reckless. You know, people love to say, well, it ain't my kid. Man, my son was talking bad shit crazy, bro. Man, I called his mom, man. I told her some of the stuff he was saying, man. We put an end to that. Like, he still ain't allowed on the text unless he's texting my cousin Terrence. That was 2-3 years ago. I don't play that shit. I don't play. I don't play with my kids about that type of stuff because it's dangerous. I work law enforcement. I work corrections. It's dangerous out here, man.
I was gonna ask you about that too, because I remember you were a corrections officer for a hot second.
Yep, still now. I don't work at every correction place in the county, in the city, bro. JDC, CTF, the prison, bro. Bro, I'm a CO extraordinaire, man.
Now let me ask: does the seeing that side of it play a huge part in how you you know what I'm saying?
Real quick story. I remember when I first started working at the prison, we had a porter on third shift. I'm not gonna say his name or anything. We had a porter on third shift. Porter's guy who comes out and clean or whatever. And I remember I asked dude, man, I asked him, man, what you locked up for? I'm gonna see anyway. I can look up your record, but I'm gonna ask you, man, what you locked up for? And I robbed the corner store. Cool, man. I looked this dude up. I'm nosy, man. This dude on Xbox with a little boy in Michigan. He was from Ohio. I think the boy was in Michigan, maybe. And he convinced the boy family that he was in the army. He's a grown man. Convinced the boy family that he was in the army. They let him move in with the family. And he was raping the boy while they was on. Like, that is terrible, bro. So I don't want to come to that, like, that type of, I don't play about that, man. Because these, man, there's predators out here, like, man, heed my word, man. Don't let your kids to talk to anybody, bro.
Now let me ask, how do you balance that? How do you balance knowing that there are people out there that do that type of stuff with giving your kids the leeway to kind of explore but not go too deep?
I mean, it's tough, man. Cause I'm kind of just letting the reins off my son is 10, and I'm kind of just letting him get a little bit of like freedom. But like, my son taking piano lessons right now, and at the guitar center, real good. I forgot the dude name who teaching him, but like, and this ain't a knock on the dude who teaching him at the guitar center. I ain't saying nothing bad about them. But like, when my son take the piano lessons, they was like, well, you know, you don't have to sit in here if you don't want to. I'm gonna sit in here. Like, you don't need to be nowhere by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit, and I'm not saying that I just don't know the dude. So it's hard. It's hard. If I don't know somebody, I'm not gonna leave my kids with them. I'm never gonna leave my kids. So it's tough. It's a tough balance. I can't even say I do balance it. It's hard, man. I know, man, these dudes be some of the coolest, most approachable people, and they out here killing and taking your baby's innocence, man. All that, man. I just don't. It's rough out here, man. I got stories for days on that note.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That is deep. I'm going to go back to my original statement because it seems as though, like I said, you have the perfect situation. It's like, it seems like everyone that's involved knows that it's about the kids and not about you. How did y'all learn how to separate that? Because I noticed that there are a lot of selfish ass parents out here that really are about themselves and project what they are onto the kids instead of letting the kids find out who they are and giving them a little bit of guidance. How do you balance?
Sorry, what was the original question you asked? You said
how do you balance, like, how I'm interested in the dynamic itself.
Okay.
Like, you have your biological kids, then you have your step kids, then you have their fathers and you get along with them, then you have their mothers and you get along with them, and then they have their mothers and they get along. How does that work?
I kind of think it's just the people involved. Maybe it's us. But I think me personally, I feel like anybody can do it. I feel like even growing up, man, I had a terrible temper. Like I had to take, those behavior classes for your I was off the hook, man. But I knew once I became a father, my son, he calmed me down. But I knew once I became a father, I just wanted the most peaceful life for my kids. My kids are out of the way a lot, two different. My kids are mixed race, so life is gonna be hard for them anyway. Not just because they mix, but just because of the situation they in. It ain't a steady father in the house. But then when they at my house, there's not a mother in the house. So the situation is gonna be hard enough already. So why make it harder? There's nothing. There's literally nothing. Even when I be watching dudes into it with their baby mamas or whatever, what are y'all arguing about? If it ain't about the kids, hang up on that motherfucker. Even the women, if it ain't about the kids, hang up on that motherfucker. What the fuck you talking to them for? If it's not about the kid, if the kid's not coming first, what are you talking about? These dudes out here who's the mama's keeping the baby for me. Take your ass to court. You're already in a fucked up situation. Put yourself if you want to see your child, put yourself on child support, get you some rights. Period, point blank. I mean, that's how I feel. Period, point blank. If you really wanna be in your kids' lives, I ain't knocking nobody. Do what you need to do to be in your kids' lives. Do what you need to do to make it as peaceful as possible. Some motherfuckers they gonna make it hard. But I don't give a fuck about them. Well, you better hang up on that motherfucker. Go to the courts. Tell them you want the kids to be dropped off at the police station with you. I would do anything to be in my kids' life and for them to have a peaceful life. Anything that's required. I'm glad my kid's mom's not like that. But if I was in that situation, we just gonna be here in court. I'm gonna be fighting for my rights because you can get them if you want them. That's how I look at it. So whatever. That's how I got to this point. I felt whatever I need to do to make their lives as peaceful as possible, I'm gonna do it.
How did you let go of the ego behind that?
I think in all honesty, I don't think I ever had an ego as far as parenting because I had practice. I had practice with two kids that wasn't mine. By the time I became a father, I was 5 years in the game with helping raise kids. You know what I'm saying? That I really didn't have. I was the third person in charge. I didn't have any say so. You know what I'm saying? So it couldn't be no ego there. Whatever the parents came up with, that's what it was. So it you know what I'm saying? I had practice. I can't, like I said, I can't speak for anybody else, but I had good practice. And the stepkids, they were great. I didn't have to worry about them disrespecting me or cussing me out or none of that.
So they had respect from you from the jump.
Yeah.
Because you don't really hear about that. I mean, you see and I hate to say it, but like I said, social media is real life now. Mm-hmm. And you see all of these kids on social media disrespecting the third party. Like, you ain't my daddy, you ain't my mama, I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be me. If I was in that situation, the parents, we got a hit. Like, your kids ain't about to be disrespecting me like this. It's gonna be the daddy, whoever the daddy is. Your kids not about to be disrespecting you.
I'm about to say, you squaring up with kids. You can't be squaring up with kids.
Not with the kids and not with the mom, but the daddy. We gonna have to holler, man. The daddy gonna have to talk, man. Your kids can't be disrespecting me. If I'm near, I'm active. I'm, paying for. I just be paying for prom dresses and paying to get hair done. Still, like, no, you're not allowed. You can't disrespect me. What the hell? I didn't earn that. You know what I'm saying? I earned your full respect, and trust. So,
I'm glad you said that.
mhm.
How did you build that trust?
So I had a cheat. I used to be an assistant preschool teacher. The oldest girl was in my class. So we already had a relationship. Man, she was first of all, Anna was the tallest kid in the class, 3 years old. She's 6 foot, 6 foot, 6'1" now. She's my height. Tallest kid in the class. Smartest kid in the class. So we already had a bond based on that. Like we gravitated toward each other just because she was such a dope kid. And there was other kids in the class that were just as smart and whatever. But me and her ended up we gravitated toward each other. We was dope. You know, we had a real good relationship. And when me and their mom started dating, it just carried over. Carried over.
So you had it from the jump.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm. I messed it up though. I messed it up. I cheating. Real talk. Like I said, I was a terrible boyfriend, man. I was a singer. There's no excuse. Motherfuckers do shit because they want to do it. For the most part. 99% of the time. I was just a shit boyfriend. Being all the way real. And they know this. Cheating. But I tell you this. At the time, I'm singing at the time. I'm getting attention that I've always felt I deserved but never got. Like like I said at the beginning, the mental, I still have mental issues within myself that needs to be checked. But yeah, at that point when I was dating, I was getting attention that I felt that I should have always had because I always felt I was a cool dude, man. Like I wasn't bothering nobody. I had a temper, but I wasn't bother. I wasn't going out my way to bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of different things. I hooped, played football. We did the music. Friends growing up, but when I became an adult, I just felt I wasn't getting attention. So when that attention started coming, man, it was hard to turn it away. I got selfish, like real. I'm getting chicks throwing it at me because I sing. Because I drive a Monte in Toledo, I drive a Monte Carlo. I'm getting some booty. Because I drive a Monte Carlo. I ain't passing this shit up. It's Toledo, man. It's terrible, bro. I started driving a Monte Carlo, man. And chicks was throwing themselves at me. Or a Monte Carlo, bro. I'm like, man, and that's not, look, let me tell you, man, Toledo has some great women. Toledo, I lived in Vegas.
I remember.
Toledo women, beautiful. They, man, killing the Vegas women. In my opinion, this is beautiful and dope. Maybe I was just running into the wrong ones. Cause I'm not gonna put that on all. So
it's like you can't because Toledo has some gems. Oh my God, they do. But it's like finding a needle in a stack of needles. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because the gems, they really don't show themselves like that because they don't have to. But it's the ones that want to be seen that you see and that you run into. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I get
agree.
that because, like I said, I used to host. I used to host with Time. I used to
You
host with
already
Lou.
know it.
I already know what time it is. I already know what time it is. I know what it's like for a motherfucker to try to holler at you just because she wants to get into the club for free. I know what it's like for a girl to want to have sex with you just to get close to the DJ.
Yep.
I know what it's like I know what it's like to be associated with people and get attention simply because you're associated with people. So I get that. I understand that. And it's the temptation is
It's hard, man.
and plus we was young. We was young. We ain't know what to do with that.
Yep.
Nobody taught us. Nobody showed
Definitely,
us.
man. Let me tell you, man. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be in a committed relationship. I wanted a wife. I wanted a family.
The picket
Man,
fences, the
my
whole
dad,
shot.
man. My dad was always telling me, man, and I love, rest in peace to my dad and my mom. Love them, miss them to death. But my dad would tell me, man, plenty of fish in the sea. Like, you don't need to just. That's what he was telling me. Like, I was trying to be, and my dad, let me tell you one thing, man. My dad was a great father, man. As good as a father that he felt that he needed to be. He was always there for my mom. Always. Just like I am with my kids. Always there for my mom. But my dad didn't give the best advice when it some of the life skills that we and my brothers may have needed, you know. And that's not a knock on him. He was only teaching us what he knew. My dad had 15, 16 brothers and sisters. I can imagine what his dad was telling him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can only imagine what his dad was telling him. You know what I'm saying? So when I started, becoming interested in women and started dating them, and they're fishing to see, like, you need to date around. You don't need no girlfriend. I'm like, dude, man, I'm 20. Like, what you mean? Like, I'm trying to find a wife.
And it's like nobody taught us that it was cool to have a wife
Not at all.
and some kids that young.
Not at all.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody taught us that. So you got to give us a little bit of leeway because we're learning the lessons that our fathers should have taught us that our fathers didn't know.
I agree.
So you have to give us a little bit of grace.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I didn't say it, Dad.
But don't let us shit you over while we learning. Real talk, because a lot of women do that. Don't let us shit you over, but you're right.
Now, you got it made. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's just from the outside looking in and the way you described it, you have two women in your life that understand that it's about the kids and it's not about breaking your pockets. Yep. And you have other men in the kids' lives that you can partner with that understand that it's about the kids. You got it made.
But it makes dating hard, though.
Elaborate, because that was my next question.
Makes dating hard, bro. No, a lot of people don't have it like that. So when they see us, our what should be normal is weird to them. Let me. So when my son was playing soccer, my dude broke it down to me perfectly. He used to come down to open mic night. Darius. I think his real name is Darius. If I'm not mistaken. Dark skin, darker dude, long dreads. Just come on open mic night all the time. I'm gonna have to ask Connie what his real name was because I do want to give him credit. I used to see him everywhere, and we would have these conversations about life. And I remember my son started playing soccer. Me, my son, his mom, Apple, my daughter is in Dick's Sporting Goods at the mall shopping for soccer shoes. And he told Apple, congratulations on the baby. She was like, that ain't my baby. that's Kevin's baby. So he was like, man, first of all, he was like, man, the baby looked like you. No disrespect to my daughter, Mom Nikita, but the baby looked like you. And he said, well, what he said that really stuck with me was, he said that y'all relationship is so dope because what should be normal is, no, what he said was that people live in chaos. People live in chaos. So what y'all perceive as normal, what should be normal, is not right to them. He said you got to keep
weird.
Yeah, it's exactly. So you have to keep doing what you're doing because you're doing right by your kid. I mean, that stuck with me. Now, I say this, man. Me and my son, it's very unconventional how close we are and how cool we are. But like a lot of women that I've talked to or dated, they felt like that equated to me sleeping with them. No, we don't need to sleep together to be cool. We got kids. Like we cool people. Like we like talking. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing.
And it's like you have to talk because you have kids with them. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
I talk to my daughter mom all day. She always texts me about everything. She send me pictures all day. I don't mind it. She my kid's mom. We supposed to be cool. We supposed to know what's going on with our kids. But it makes dating super hard. I had to tell this one. I'm not even gonna say her name. I'm gonna send her this interview though, because I need her to know. My feelings for her was just so deep. I really felt that she was probably the one I could marry, move on when she had older kids or whatever. And she just did not understand my relationship with my kid's mom. And I get it from her point of view because she is nothing that she was used to. But I remember I had to tell her, like, by your own words, you didn't have a present father. And by your own words, your kid's dad ain't shit. So how are you trying to tell me as what you perceive as a good father? How are you trying to tell me how to be a man and how to raise my kids? You don't have that knowledge. So if I was you, I would jump on board because you ain't gonna have no issues with my kids' moms. We ain't gonna have no financial issues because I make money and they ain't taking money out of my pockets. I learned my lesson about the cheating stuff. I want to settle down. I want to be in a healthy, good relationship. And she ain't see it like that. See it like that. Cut me off. Yeah, cut me off. I'm still salty about that. Real talk. Real salty.
But I'm glad you hit on that because sometimes chaos is normal to people.
It is.
And they don't know what it's like to live relaxed and not have to worry about nothing. It seems to me, and this is me on the outside looking in, don't be mad at me, but this is just what I'm gathering. So don't hit me up on no crazy shit. Got that shit right. It seems like she didn't know what to do. So she had to sabotage it to get away from it because it looked different.
We had that conversation last. This is what she told me. And I've always told women, I can understand why y'all make excuses for these nonsense, man, because these niggas is crazy. Some of these niggas is crazy, man. They be at these women houses, they be on some bullshit. But you can be honest with me. If you ain't feeling it, you don't like me, you think I'm ugly, let them motherfucker know. Or you don't even have to tell me. Just cut it off. But don't give me a bullshit reason why you cut. This woman literally told me, and maybe it wasn't bullshit. Maybe she was being honest. So she's a good woman. Beautiful, funny. I love spending time with her. But she told me that I was a good dude. And the last good dude that she was with played her. That's why she didn't want to settle down. Bro, I had to ask her, like, you telling me that I'm being punished because some other nigga? But she messing with somebody. She dating somebody. So the nigga that you think is full of nonsense and bullshit, he gets to date you. He gets the part of you that I see, the dope part of you that I see, because you don't trust him. Like, I don't know if that's the reason, but that don't make any fucking sense, bro. That makes no sense. Women, stop doing that to yourselves, man. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I hate naming all these qualities, because I got enough bad qualities. I'm terrible saving money. I have my bad qualities. But women, please stop sabotaging yourself. There are dope men out there who will give you what you want. And I'm telling you that because I have 3 girls. I have 3 daughters. And I'm telling you, man, they can't come home with no bullshit, bro. They can't. It's dope dudes out there. It's dudes that want to be married. It's dudes that want to have families. It's dudes that want kids, that want to be, man, you're not about to tell me it ain't, because I know it is. I know plenty of single dudes is good dudes that can't find no woman because they want to run around with the riffraff. Man, can I tell you a real quick story? Real quick.
We across the table, man. Talk.
I'm at work, and I done reached the boiling point because I be seeing these inmates, bro. They keep a chick that hold them down. Keep a chick that hold them down. So let me tell you, I'm giving out property at work the other night. Dude, it was so funny because I reached my boiling point with him. This dude, the chick sent them the wrong color t-shirts that I had to take them from. And they sent them in some black t-shirts. They're not allowed to have black shirts. I'm about to call that bitch, cuss her out. She needs to say. I said, man, shut your ass up, man. Because I be talking reckless. I don't give a fuck. I said, man, shut your ass up, man. I said, man, what? I said, man, that woman, she holding you down. She answering your call. She probably ain't giving your pussy away. She's probably keeping that warm on the table for you. She making sure you got money on your books feeding you, and you mad because she accidentally sent you in the wrong shirts? Nigga, what's her name, man? She need a good nigga. What's her name? And the nigga was like, man, oh, nigga, you can be mad all you want. Because let me tell you one thing. I'm a cool dude. So the inmates rock with me. They know I'm playing. They know when I'm serious. But man, like, I reached a boiling point at that point, man. You got a good woman. I can't even find a chick that wanna keep my phone calls, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you got a woman hold you down, and you mad because she sent you some black t-shirts to the joint. Man, you fucking fool. Tough out here, man. I had to get some of this shit off my chest. It's tough out here, man. It needed to be said. This is what I needed to be talking to my therapist about when I get one.
And I'm going to recommend You do it. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Get you a therapist, but get you a therapist that looks like you.
So I reached out. If you're not familiar with Cecil,
I'm hip to him, but he's always booked.
now my thing was I reached my auntie, my Yolanda. I love my aunties, my Yolanda, my Aunt Vonda, my Aunt Vivian. These are my mom's sisters, even my dad's sisters. And I'm not as close to them anymore. But you know, we get older, but I love them all. But my Aunt Yolanda had Cecil's mom. I don't remember her name, and I'm sorry. Rest in heaven to her. She was friends. She grew up with my family members, with my mom and her sisters, and my auntie had recommended Cecil, but my insurance didn't match with him, and he sent me some names. My little brother actually works in the mental health field. Him and his wife are consultants. They consult these business. They have a business. They do really good work. Well, anyway, he recommended me some people, but they were all black women. Nothing against black women. I love y'all to death, but I wanted to go to a black male, speak to somebody who looks like me, who can probably understand my issues a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
And I say that a lot, but when I say it, I get called a misogynist. There isn't a black woman on the planet that can understand what we live with as men. They can only look at what they see and interpret it from their lens, but they don't live as a black man. So it's difficult for them to understand what we go through.
I agree, and it's
saying?
vice versa. I think that's for every group of people out here, and people need to realize that. Like, if I'm a black man, you a black woman, you a gay white dude, you a straight black woman, whoever you identify with, they're more equipped to help you with your issues. So that's why I'm able to have so much success as a CO. I'm a black man from the projects. Shout out to the Ravine. Shout out to 400 Block of Bancroft. I ain't no gang member, but that's where I'm from. But I'm able to have these conversations with them because I'm from where they from. I can be their counselor because I'm from where they from. I've seen a lot of the stuff that they dealt with. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the situations where I could have made the choices they made, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody that looks like you are, they're more equipped to help you with your issue. That's how I see it, you know. But some people have an issue with that. They think that everybody should be able to have access to you. Nah, it don't work like that, man. Crazy, man. How did Heineken taste? I never had a Heineken before. I sipped on some beer before. That Heineken looked, it's good.
This is my go-to on a Sunday. And the only reason I got this was because they didn't have any Coronas.
Okay.
I'm a Corona guy. I'm a Yingling guy.
Okay.
But this is like number 3 on the list.
Okay.
If I had to tear them out, it would be Corona at the top. Shout out to the Clark family. It would be Yingling number 2, and then it would be Corona. And then it would be Heineken.
Heineken always reminded me, and like I said, I don't drink. It always reminded me of the ginger ale of beer. Like, you're only supposed to drink it when you're sick. Like, you feeling all right, bro?
It's cool. I'm a lager drinker, but okay. I'll do an IPA every now and then. Mm-hmm. My alcoholism runs in my family.
Same here.
So I used to have, if you've seen my Instagram, you would see all of the liquor bottles that I had when I started the show. Yep. I'm very careful because, like I said, alcoholism runs in my family, and I've seen how it can destroy a motherfucker. Destroy, man. So but I do have a release every Sunday. Because it's Sunday. To me, Sunday's the lazy day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You chill, you relax, you work if you want to, but you don't really have to because it's Sunday. And plus, you got to get up Monday and do it all over again. So just chill. Let me
tell you this. Now, like I said, I'm not a drinker, but I do like sangria. The peach sangria. My little brother turned me on to the peach sangria. It's one of these restaurants. My brother always take me to these expensive restaurants. He let me order the stuff I want. Because he's successful. I love going out to eat with him. I'm going to take him out one day, I promise you. But, so, I had a sangria at this place. I loved it. Man, sangria is so good. But we went out to eat one last year. I forgot where we went. We went to some barbecue place. I had 2 sangrias. Drunk as fuck. I never been drunk before because I don't drink. I had 2 sangrias. Was gone. I thought I was gonna be an angry drunk, but I was laughing at every fucking thing. Everything was funny, man.
Certain alcohol will do that to you. Certain alcohol will do that to you. I'm a cognac guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cognac guy. I'm a whiskey guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna drink dark, I'm gonna have maybe some Jack Daniels.
Okay.
I might have some Jamesons. Crown Royal is my ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sip Hennessy when I'm alone.
Okay.
And I'm not doing nothing.
Do that turn you up or something?
I sip it slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I sip it slowly, and I might have a cigar. Shout out to BJ. I might have a cigar and just chill. Dark liquor, cigars, they go together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'll do light when I'm out partying. Like when you saw me out, when I was hosting, I was drinking Grey Goose.
Okay.
I was drinking Ciroc when it was first hitting.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
It's disgusting. I know how you do it.
I would do Belvedere. You understand what I'm saying? When you see me out, and to me, the light liquor is easier to sweat out because you know it's always hot in there, and we always dancing, doing some hustle or something. So it's easier to sweat out. So that I tear it out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm responsible because, like I said, I've seen how too much alcohol can destroy a motherfucker, and I don't even want to go down that.
Man,
I don't even want to go down that path.
I understand 100%, man. I understand 100%. My dad, my grandfather.
My biological father too.
I get it. Love him to death, but man, that alcohol. Matter of fact, let me say this, man. My older brother, love you. I love you to death, man. But it tears you up, man.
I gotta have brother the same way.
I hate saying that, but it tear you up. They love that liquor, and it's hard to. We all have our vices. There's stuff that I do that I need to stop doing so much. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just as harmful as alcohol, but people just don't. It's me in private, so people don't see it. We all have our vices, so I can never knock anybody because we all are guilty of something. But it's just when you get too much liquor and it becomes public, it becomes a spectacle. So I get it, man.
And that's the last thing that I want to be is a spectacle. I did it one time. That's all it took. Never again.
I feel you.
Never again.
But that time I was drunk though. I had a great time. I was laughing at everything, man. Everything. And my older brother, man, by nature, he is the funniest dude. He's artistic. Man, dude is such a dope dude, man. His personality before he started was just so dope, man. I mean, everybody, he just dressed. Everybody liked this dude. They just gravitated to him. So when we together and we just in our natural habitat, just being brothers, man, I was drunk. He had me so weak, man. He had me so weak, dude. It's hilarious, man.
But see, you was safe because you was with somebody you knew.
Hell yeah. My brothers don't play. We don't play about each other. We don't play, bro.
All right. Last question, and I'm gonna go back to R&B. You know how this. If you watch the episode, you know how this go. I asked everybody to give me a top 5. So, give me 5 of the R&B artists that you listened to heavy when you were coming up, and that got you into this in the first place.
Carl Thomas.
And I wish I never met her.
Carl Thomas was our. I think he was our generation's Donny Hathaway, in my opinion. He was so soulful, man. It was just so much soul in his voice. So I say Carl Thomas. And these is not me saying that these are the best singers in the world. Because I don't have a list of best singers. Or I do have people that I listen to. So Carl Thomas. 112, but it was a singer in 112 that I gravitated to. His name happened to be Duran Jones. Duran Jones was the tall one. He did most of the production, did a lot of writing. even though he didn't sing a lot of the leads, when he would sing, another kind of Donny Hathaway inspired singer, really really soulful. So Duran, Carl Thomas. I hate saying, and I know how y'all feel about the boy, not you personally, but I know how people feel R. Kelly.
I can differentiate the artist from the person.
It's me working in the field that I'm working in. It's hard for me to do that, but I mean, you can't when you start taking away who people their careers and or what they call it canceling people. You have to cancel everybody, every last thing out here, because even some of these companies we shop at, the worst people in the world run these companies. Well, we run them. Now what? I wasn't there for the R. Kelly thing. Me working in my field, I do know, and I'm not giving no excuse, because if he did what he did, he need to be locked up. But me working in my field, I do know in Ohio, the legal age of consent is 16. In New York, the legal age of consent is 18. In some other states, the legal age of consent may be 14. All over the country is different ages from state to state where you can sleep with a minor. So I don't think he's saying this because I don't think he was jumping out the trees raping people. I know that wasn't the case. But also, I don't feel like he was going state to state. Oh man, is it legal for me to sleep with this chick here? When is it? And I don't real talk, I don't think that ever crossed his mind if he did it. So with that being said, R. Kelly, I whatever anybody want to say about me, I still listen to R. Kelly, and it ain't a flex. I just like good music. So it is what it is. You can't whoop me. So. And please, like black women, I love y'all. I know y'all go through these things, man. Trust me. And I think rape and child rape is the most horrible thing on earth. I do not advocate for that shit. I don't stand behind it at all. So please don't think me liking R. Kelly is an indication of how I feel about black women. So my mom's black, my cousin's black, my auntie's black. I love them to death. So R. Kelly, Carl Thomas, like I said, R. Kelly, Carl Thomas, who the Duran Jones. I gotta give you 6 because one of them is one and the same, and I put a post up about him yesterday. Prince and Michael Jackson. Prince and Michael Jackson actually goes above any ranking to me. They're not allowed to be ranked. And comparing them is ridiculous because they apple and oranges. You know, they do different things. They offer different things. Prince and Michael Jackson are definitely, man. My mom wouldn't even let us listen to secular music in the house, but man, she would buy me Michael Jackson tapes. My mom knew I loved music. I remember when I worked at the library downtown when I was in high school, and when they closed down to open that new wing, we was transferring stuff back and forth. They let me borrow the Jackson 5 Association 25th anniversary association box set. I listened to that thing religiously, man. Religiously. So Mike and Prince, like I said, they go above.
So I'll count both of them as 4.
Mm-hmm. And then Usher. I thought I was Usher for the longest. I thought I was Usher. I can't dance for a lick. I've been there. I thought I was Usher, bro. I thought I was Usher, but Usher, yes, Usher gets the man. His voice is people sleep. It's so crazy because he's popular, but I still think people sleep on him because and I'm going back to this to say that he needs to be in a versus with Chris Brown. I just don't get it. Like I don't. Usher has memorable music that we still listen to this day, and that's not a knock. I'm never gonna tear another man down to big up the people that I listen. But I just feel like Chris Brown doesn't have anything that's super memorable to me. But I listen to him. I love Chris Brown. I mean I love his music. When I get in the car, sorry. I'm tripping. I apologize. we gotta take somebody off because Freddie Mercury is my favorite singer of all time. I'm tripping. I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize to the music gods, man. Freddie Mercury is my favorite singer of all time. So Freddie Mercury, yes.
I'll give you one more.
Okay, that's good. Freddie Mercury has to be there. Has to be there. I'm sorry.
Kevin, it has been a blast talking to you.
I enjoyed it, man.
This was fun.
Yeah, I agree.
This was fun.
I agree, man.
This was fun. So we're gonna toast the water.
Water. Get this make sure I don't been drinking a lot of water when you drinking pop stuff. I need to. Y'all see that good? I know y'all see it. I'm still drinking all that goddamn water. I used to be skinny, man.
We're gonna toast the water. Here's to you.
I do.
This was dope.
Yep.
This has been your episode of Across the Table, where the water is cold, the mics are hot, and the conversations are fire with my man Kevin.
Definitely.
Don't forget, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, all of that. All of your support would be greatly appreciated. Until we meet again in a minute.
Deuces.